Welcome to the next video. We're going to talk a little bit more about creating content themes. You may have already created content themes, or you may be at this point where you're kind of struggling to come up with really creative content themes. And let me just put that all on pause. You don't have to be incredibly original and creative all the time. You want to have some core pieces that are unique and creative to your brand, but you also want to hit home on some more broad stroke topics that bring in your cold leads and warm leads and turn them into those hot leads, right? So when we talk about content themes, it's all about knowing your niche. If you're in the niche of personal finance, you need to niche down a little bit more. Niche down to family finance, or LGBTQ finance, or talk about single mom finance, or talk about finance as it relates to the military. All of these different niches allow you to become more targeted with your content and understand some of the content themes. If you're doing just broad stroke personal finance, all of those niches then become the main content themes each of your week. And that really only works for major personal finance content brands. So when you're thinking about knowing which content themes are going to be right for your brand, reflect back on your tone. What is the tone and approach you're going to take with your Instagram profile? Knowing the tone that you're going to take, whether it's bold and brash or if it's going to be gentle and sweet, will allow you to understand the kinds of content themes that will fit within your tone. If you are bold and brash, it doesn't really make sense to talk about how to nurture your child when you're trying to be really like hard-lined and direct with your audience. If you are gentle and sweet, it's not going to make sense for you to post a ranting video about something that frustrates you, because that's going to be really off base and have nothing to do with the tone that you've already established. So making sure that anytime you have content that you're really passionate about, make sure that you review it and sit on it and think about it, and if it really does work within the scheme of your brand. Another thing to think about when you're creating these content themes are what kinds of mediums of content are you going to be able to create? Can you create quote blocks? Can you create video clips? Does it make sense to invest in the time and effort to create video for your brand on Instagram? If the answers are yes and no, or yes, most definitely, then it's definitely great for you to explore those options and try out some content and A/B test it. Figure out what kind of content is going to work best, the kind of content your audience best responds to, and then hook onto that and keep creating more and more of that type of content so that people are really invested and engaged with the content you create and post on your Instagram account. When it comes to creating new content for your Instagram account, you might be thinking, I'm not a designer. We've already established that I'm not a designer, and I've tried using Canva and I really don't understand how to use it effectively without looking like every other brand that doesn't know how to use Canva out there. And I have a solution for you. I have another bonus video that you can view where I'm going to give you a tutorial of Canva and all the different kinds of things that you can do for Canva and within Canva itself. As a designer myself, I don't necessarily use Canva all of the time. I can take elements or find inspiration through Canva and then transfer it to Photoshop or Adobe Illustrator, which I'll also go into in this bonus video as well. So if you're someone who's a little bit more advanced or intermediate when it comes to design, this video is going to be great for you because it involves more intermediate and advanced level skill sets that you can build on and grow. Aside from the bonus video, the last thing that I want you to think about is how you're going to define the proper mediums for your brand. And by mediums, I'm not just talking about magazine and podcast or social media versus email. I'm literally talking about the kinds of elements that you're going to involve in creating content themes and creating an aesthetically pleasing Instagram account. These different mediums can include, are you going to be drawing or having hand-drawn elements included in your video? Are you going to be more graphic and include quotes that are really big and bold and beautiful? Or are you going to be more focused on photography and video that's involved and have your face as the focus of your Instagram account? These are things that you need to consider and think about. So when it comes to content themes and figuring out what kind of mediums are going to be best for your Instagram content, if you're confused or you feel lost or need some inspiration, look back at your vision board and look back to your Pinterest boards. Those are going to have a lot of really great ideas for you and help you understand a little bit more and redirect yourself when it comes to creating content for your Instagram account. This section of the course is really design heavy and really focused on finding that creative element that'll go great with your brand and make you feel really confident about the content you're being able to produce. The bonus videos going forward are incredibly valuable, so if you need to upgrade your video, I highly suggest that you do that now. You can head over to the Facebook group and click on the tagged post up at the top, where you can click on an option to upgrade your package or sign up for the Mastermind Hot Seat. If you need anything, you know where to find me.